So welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing a good job, right? So guys, today's topic is access list. So we are just going to discuss about what access control list is and why do we need to use this access control list, right? So let me just take you into the packet tracer and then we will see how we are going to perform this. To achieve this activity, I am just going to take two routers because I am going to create two different network, right? So I'll tell you the agenda, what we need to do, what basically we are just going to do in this practical. So let me just create one network here. Then we will be talking about this access control list, right? So let me just take some devices, PC1, PC2, and here I am going to take one server, right? So let it be this only. So let me connect this. So what is our objective? So we are just going to discuss about the objective, then we will do the practical. Okay, so let me just connect my wire from my first router to the other router. Alright, so basically guys, what we are trying to do with the help of this access list is, let's say we are having this PC. So what we want is, we don't want this PC to be connected to this server. This should be able to contact this server, but this PC should not be able to contact this server. He or she should not be able to like this PC should not access to this server. That's the objective of this program, right? So first of all, what we have to do, we just have to configure our network and we just have to do the routing between both the devices. And once it is done, then we are just going to configure this access list, right? So let us do it now. First of all, one second, where is that keyboard? First of all, what we are going to do, we are just going to assign the IP address to the interfaces. One second, guys. One second, guys. So let me just put my topology here so that we can see it clearly. So let me just assign the IP address. So let us say we are having one network of 50.0.0.1 on this side, and on the other side I am just going to take another network, that is, let's say 100.0.0.1, right? So let me just assign the IP address to this device also. So let's say this device would be having the IP address as 2 and this would be having 3. So I'll just make it here only, no need to put it in the 50.0.0.2, and this is going to be 50.0.0.3. Similarly, I am just going to assign the IP address to my server also. So that would be, let's say 100.0.0.2, right? So basically I would like to put 0 here because we always denote the network ID here, but as far as the IP of that interface is concerned, so that will start with 1 only, correct. So let me just enter this IP address into my system, 50.0.0.2, 50.0.0.1. so this is going to be the gateway, and this is 50.0.0.3, 50.0.0.1. Same thing I am just going to do with my server also. 100.0.0.2, right. 100.0.0.1 is going to be the gateway, and let me just configure my router also, and in the router interface also, let's say we are just going to 2.0.0.1, and here and the other side also I am going to take 2.0.0.2, right. So our first thing is like we just need to do the routing, because once we are done with the routing, then only we can communicate with that server. So by default, after doing the routing, my PCs will start communicating with the server, and then we will see how we can restrict my PC, first PC, to access that server. So let me just configure my server first. I'll enable it. Configure terminal, interface FA0/0, IP address 50.0.0.1, 255.0.0.0, no shut. So my this interface is in the upstate now. So let me just configure my other interface also. IP address 2.0.0.1, 255.0.0.0, no shut. So this is also done. So let me just, let's say Delhi. Let me just go to my second router. So let me configure this also. Let me open my CLI. Right, interface FA0/1. On this interface, we have to configure the IP address as 2.0.0.2, 255.0.0.0, no shut. So my interface is in the upper side. So let me just configure this interface also. IP address 100.0.0.1, 255.0.0.0, because this is also class A, and no shut, right. So we are done with our configuration. So if I'll try to ping from PC1 to PC2, so it will not ping because it's a different network. I'll just try to show you. Let us say I just want to ping from 50.0.0.2 to this particular IP 100.0.0.2. So let me ping it 100.0.0.2. So guys, as you can see this, we are getting this message stating destination host unreachable. So basically we get this message when the router is not having the information about that network, correct. So we are just going to do the routing between these routers. So I am just going to do the static routing only. So you will also see that how do we do this. IP route, and we have to go to this this network 50.0.0.0, 255.0.0.0, and the IP like gateway, it has to contact to this particular interface, right. So the IP for this interface is 1. Let us see. So as you can see this, we have configured this static route via this address. So this has been configured on my second router. So let me just do the same thing on my this router also, diary router. Let me just show you the routing table first. So as you can see this, it is only having the information about the directly connected interface, right. So we have to like do the static routing on this router also. IP route 100.0.0.0, 255.0.0.0, and it has to contact this at this particular interface 2.0.0.2 to show IP route. So guys, as you can see this entry has been added into my routing table. So we will just try to ping it and then we will see. So I am trying to ping from this PC to my this server. I'll just put it here. 1 second. Ping. Guys, you can see this. I am trying to ping from this particular address 100.0.0.2. So it must ping now. Guys, as you can see this, we are getting a reply. So it is successfully pinging. If I show you the pinging from this machine to that machine, then it will also start pinging 50.0.0.2. So as you can see this is also pinging. So guys, today we are just going to talk about this ACL. So when we talk about ACL, access control list, there are two types of ACL. One is standard ACL and the other one is extended ACL. So the only difference between the standard and the extended ACL is like in the case of this standard ACL, it is going to block single host, single subnet and complete network. But in the case of this standard ACL, what is going to happen is it is going to block all the services, right. So let me just give you an example, like I am just going to block this particular PC 50.0.0.2, right, not to access this server, right. So all the services will be blocked, right. So this particular machine will not be able to enter into this network because all the services will be blocked at this particular interface only. Let me just give you one more example. Let us say we are having one more device also. So let me just connect this also, then it would be more clear to you guys, right. And let me just give this IP address 100.0.0.4 and let me just configure this. Sorry. Right. So I have configured this So if I'll show you from here, so it will ping. So guys, you can see this, so it's pinging right now. So what is going to happen is like when I will configure, when I will block this particular address not to access this server, so that all the services related to this particular IP will be blocked here. So once this address will reach to this particular interface, so the router is going to block it here only. So it is not going to pass on to either the server or to the this PC. So that's the thing which we are going to see. And one more thing is very important related to this standard ACL is basically we should apply this ACL near to the destination, because if we will configure this ACL here on this particular router, so if we have different routes going from this router, let's say we are having some other links, so this router is going to block it here only, and it is not going to forward it to the other network also. So it is always good to apply near the destination, right? So we are going to apply it here. So let me just go to this particular router. Here access list, and we, as we know that like in standard ACL there is a range. There is a range for standard ACL also, and there is a range for extended ACL also. So when we talk about the range of this standard ACL, so it is between 1 to 99 comes under the standard ACL, and 100 to 199 comes under this extended ACL. So today we are just going to talk about this standard ACL only. So let me just put one number, right? So this number denotes, this number tells the system that whether it is a standard ACL or it is a extended ACL. So I'm just going to make use of the standard ACL, and if I put the question mark, then it is going to give me the next command what I should do. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to deny, right, and then question marks. Then it is asking me like if I want to deny everything or if I want to like deny one particular host. So I will say host, and which host. So I just need to put the I just need to give the IP address of my end device, that is 50.0.0.2, right? And if I say, if I want to see the access list, do show access list. As you can see, this access list has been created, and by default it starts with 1, and if I'll create one more access list, then it would be 20. So why it is taking a gap of 10 basically, because if you would like to add something in between, though, then you will be having some free space. So that is the only concern why it is taking some like gaps between 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on, right? Now access list has been created, and we have made use of this 10, access list 10, right? Sorry, access list 11, it was not 10, correct? So what we are going to do, we are just going into the interface, this interface FA0/1, interface FA0/1, and here we have to run one command, right? IP access group 11, then question mark, and we have to tell whether it is an inbound traffic or an outbound traffic, because we know that like traffic is coming from this side, so it is going to be the inbound traffic. So I'll say in, and let me just save the configuration. So my configurations are saved. Now I'm just going to ping it from here to this particular address. ping 100.0.0.2. See this, destination host unreachable, we are not able to ping it. So let me just ping my other device also, 100.0.0.4. This is also not pinging because it has been blocked at the server side only. So server is not forwarding the traffic to this switch, right? So let me just delete the ACL and then I will show you how it will start working, just to make you understand. No access list 11, right? Now if you run this command, then you will not find any entry, right? So that access list has been removed, just to show you, because now the access list has been removed. If I'll try to ping the same PC now, then it will start pinging. One second guys, let me just take it little bit down because enter doesn't work here. 100.2. so as you can see that now I am able to ping it. So this is how we permit or deny. So this was all about this standard ACL, and I'll be coming with one more video in which I'm just going to tell you like how we can configure the extended ACL. And the difference between the extended ACL is that in case of extended ACL we can block selected services, which is not possible in the case of standard ACL, right? So guys, thank you very much for watching my video, and if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel and press the thumbs icon, right? And if you want, you can share my videos to your near and dear ones, right? So thank you once again, and have a nice day.